River Nile is the longest river in Africa and is historically considered the longest river in the world. It flows from Lake Victoria in Uganda through southern Sudan, Egypt, and finally into the Mediterranean Sea. Communities living around the river depend on it for their livelihood. Its water is blue. Blue Nile Analytica, under the leadership of Pius Odhiambo, has been established to empower institutions in Africa meet the demand for data science professionals in the job market. This will make Africa remain competitive as it joins the rest of the world in data revolution era. Pius Odhiambo is a senior data science consultant based in Washington, D.C. in the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to introduce to you the team behind Blue Nile Analytica as they discuss how to map the future of Africa while educating Africans who will lead the way in data revolution era via Zoom. Blue Nile Analytica is offering classes in data science at a subsidized fee. Classes are conducted from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. East African local time every Saturdays for a period of 6 months. Registration is via Blue Nile Analytica's website www.bnanalytica.org. You can as well send an email via info@bnanalytica.org. Students from all countries in Africa are encouraged to apply.
My name is Pius Odhiambo. I'm a data scientist consultant based in Washington, D.C. I'm a data science enthusiast, and I've been looking for universities which we can collaborate with so that we roll out what I'm referring to data revolution era in Africa. We don't want Africa to be left out.
My name is Agan Wekesa, a senior lecturer at the Cooperative University of Kenya, currently serving also as a chairman of a department of mathematical sciences. Yeah, so I hold a PhD in applied statistics from Jomo Kenyatta, an MSc in financial mathematics, and also postgraduate diploma in actuarial science from University of Nairobi. So I'm mentoring students. These young people that we admit in the university, they have no direction generally. Very few of them understand what they are doing and what they wish to achieve. So as chairman of department, when I saw peers with this thing, I shared even with my dean, and he was excited about it. He even thought that it is something originating from my university, but then I indicated to him that these are just guys who have come up with a consultancy, and they are doing generally professional programs within the space of data science. So I think that's my introduction. More discussions, I think, will fall after this.
So what I had in mind is this. Because we are from the industry, we know what the industry needs, the skill set that are required. Is there a way we can work with the universities so that as Blue Nile Analytica, we give you the resources that you need to implement a result-driven data science or hands-on data science curriculum, so that a student graduating from Cooperative University goes for internship at Kenya Revenue Authority or gets a job at Kenya Revenue Authority. The organization does not spend 6 to 12 months retraining this particular graduate. He goes to the job market, and from day one, he's already he's already delivering. That's number one. Now, the another question that will ask me, how do you intend to do this? Now, our role, number one, because this is a new area, we want to offer just like diplomas, postgraduate diplomas, and let the university offer the certificates, we do the training. Oh, data science is a combination of several professions. There's math, there's statistics, there's computer science, and that takes around 60%. 40% is what we call data science. And we already have people who have already trained. They have bachelor's degrees in statistics. They have bachelor's degrees in computer science. They have bachelor's degrees in IT. They have bachelor's degrees in those other fields, actuarial science. Now, offering a bachelor's degree for 4 years before we produce the first graduates to the market is too long. The economy shall have suffered when we are waiting for the universities to offer a bachelor's degree for 4 good years before we can release a graduate to the market. The industry is going to suffer. They need data scientists. There are no data scientists in the field. The University of Nairobi will take 2 years before they release a graduate with a master's in data science to the job market. The economy will suffer for those particular 2 years. Why can't we borrow a leaf from the US, whereby we have what we call workforce development programs, where the organization and the universities collaborate with the employers or job market, and they offer short courses lasting for 6 months, 9 months, or a maximum of 1 year. And the only way to do this, we can recruit people who have already got bachelor's degrees in mathematics, in statistics, in computer science, and those other areas, so that what we add is just the 40%. And this 40% can be added when these people are already working in the field. Now, that being the case, when your professor, your lecturer in your department is teaching data science, do they have adequate resources to offer these courses or these classes? Do they have the tools? Are they prepared? Or are they up to the task? Or they teach the way I was taught at Kenyatta University, where for 2 hours, the lecturer spends time writing on the board, from one end of the board, very bombastic and big equations that scares even some of the students. And at the end of the 2 hours, they brag that I really delivered that lecture. When you look at the lecture notes, they are yellow notes. Do we really need to do that in this age? The answer is no. That's not what the developed world is doing. So as Blue Nile Analytica and people in the industry, we can act as your resource person so that we develop resource materials. And what are these resource materials? We can design labs, we can design solutions, we can design PowerPoint slides. We can also, or our trainees can also come to class when the lecturer is teaching, let's say programming in Python, and acts as a lab assistant. In physics and chemistry, they call them lab assistant. In data science, in data science, we call them lab assistant. We can call them teaching assistant, something like that. So that when the teacher or the lecturer is delivering a data science curriculum, he has the support. And also, this particular lecturer who already have the knowledge, who have already teaching these courses, do they have the technology, the background in the technology that is required? Like there's this class called statistics. Can they teach this class using a Python, a data science package called NumPy? So that is what we can bring on the table and do it as a prototype. And if it makes sense, and you add value to the courses you are offering, so that when these students go to the job market, the employers give you a positive feedback that we really like your graduates. They are delivering. They are doing better than graduates from the other university. Then we can go ahead and go do what we call full implementation. Now, another thing that can we bring on the table is that I'm based here in the United States. I have a lot of friends, classmates here in KU. They're based here. They're citizens of this country, and also other countries. Some of them are teaching in the universities. We can use that network and work with your department, so work with the university through your department, so that we establish what is called linkages, collaboration, and that may lead even to scholarships. Now, number three, what we'll bring on the table, we are data scientists. When we are doing marketing for these particular courses, we can help the university to market their programs or market the data science program, because there are algorithms that we have developed for marketing, for mining social media network like Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp, because almost everybody is now on social media, to the extent that even the mainstream media like the televisions are collapsing. They are firing resource workers left and right, because nobody is going to the mainstream TV to make an advertisement at 3 million when you can pay Jalango mwenyewe 50,000 to do it on social media, and he has got 6.5 million followers. So why should you go pay 3 million at KTN? And Jalango can accept 50,000 with the 6.5 million followers on Twitter. So we have these algorithms. So when we do this and we are trying to market and sensitize the public, the university will also market its services. For example, if we develop a program that is targeting high school students, Form 3 and Form 4, and we make a presentation to the university through you, and the university approves that this can be offered through Cooperative University, and at the end of it, after we have taught, they will be able to award the certificate. And the revenue collected, this is the revenue sharing formula. Now, what does that mean to Cooperative University? How does that add well to Cooperative University? These students in high school, by the time they are finishing in Form 4, if we do this in Form 3, they will already know that there's a university called Cooperative University of Kenya and is offering a course in data science. So when they are doing their choices or they are making the application, the traffic will be diverted from other university to Cooperative University of Kenya. That is something that we can do using technology effortlessly, without any problem, using our data science skills and the technologies that we have developed and learned over time using social media. So in terms of agenda number one, that is what we can bring on the table. Another thing, as you may be aware, as you are aware, there are no data scientists. You may have the vacancies and the jobs, but there are no people to teach these courses. We have a network of data scientists, and so long as your programs are online, within a notice of just 48 hours, we can recruit and hire for you a competent data scientist in any field to teach your classes without straining. Now, another thing that we are bringing on the table at agenda number one is hiring a data scientist is too expensive. And I said earlier that training a data scientist is more expensive than even training a medical doctor. So through the Blue Nile Analytica framework, where we pool resources, bring resources together, and universities come together, and after they come together, they hire one competent data scientist to teach those classes, because we are using technology. And after enough people have been trained, then these people, these graduates of these programs, can now physically go to these universities, wherever they are in Africa or in Kenya, and teach the classes physically. There will now be availability of resource person, data science lecturers in these universities to teach or conduct these particular courses. That is another one value that we are bringing on the table. So I want to stop there. So
maybe
yes,
allow me.
Yes.
I was, there is some question which was raised by Dr. Agane.
Yes.
And I think because you have talked elaborately on the issue of what Blue Nile Analytica is bringing on the table.
Yes.
I would also wish that you talk about the issue of collaboration with universities in America, so that it is part of what Blue Nile Analytica can bring on the table.
Yeah,
so that
yeah. But we agreed that agenda is wrong.
Okay, I thought they are related. So,
oh, they are related. Okay, that's another the fifth item we can bring on the table, so that we open Cooperative University of Kenya. We open its borders and boundaries to the international level using this program, and at a university judged by the number of enrollment. How many students do you have? Because the more students you have, the more money revenue you are raising, and you will be able to afford to pay professors and lecturers.
Okay, well said, Mr. Pius.
Yes.
I think because of that, then we can have next agenda, which is what the cooperative university can I mean any reactions as to what they will bring on the table. So I think if we could give Dr. Agan to also say what they can offer, what they can bring on the table, then it will be okay.
Over to you, Dr. Agan.
Yeah, so I think mine is very brief. Because you are a consultancy and you are in the industry, the thing we can do is to be able to create a platform for accessing current and even past students. We have a population of about 5,000 students, but those in related field, we can say there are 1,000. We can directly create that kind of market through counseling and having careers sessions together with yourselves. So one thing we can bring on board is the market. We can bring students that are there. And also another thing is certification, as you have just put it. What we do, we can work with you to develop short courses. For instance, I had already mooted the idea of postgraduate diploma in artificial intelligence and machine learning.
Right.
Yeah, that program, I've already brought it up in the school board. I mentioned to them that we might collaborate with some consultancy to put together a body of knowledge that can work, so that we run it jointly. You can offer the technical support. You can even facilitate in the training process. You do ABCD. Then through an MOU that we are going to sign, we specify your obligations, your rights, all those things that usually come together in an MOU. We write and then we agree on how things will go. We negotiate. You propose, they propose, we negotiate and arrive at a certain point, which we shall honor on our part.
Okay.
So that
and before you even continue, sorry for cutting you, I want to ask you a question before it slips out of my mind. Now, with that memorandum of understanding, do you think the Cooperative University of Kenya will be in a position to offer certificates, diplomas, and diplomas without any problem?
We are legally authorized because we are a university.
Yes.
So we have the mandate.
Yes.
We can offer university diplomas. We can offer university certificates in our own name. So you offer the technical input, we give the legal acceptance in the country so that somebody can say, I have this.
Okay. Then thank you very much for that. Then another thing, do you think there's going to be a problem when we agree on a revenue sharing problem or formula, because we don't want to collect the funds? We want that responsibility of collecting the funds to be with the university. So when the university have already collected the funds and there's academic year is 6 months, a semester is 3 months, And now we start teaching, and the teaching is in progress. Of course, we need to be paid when classes in progress so that we pay for our expenses as per the revenue sharing formula. Now, let's say we have 100 students in our programs. And memorandum of understanding, we have agreed that the university is going to collect the money on behalf of the group. And then there's the revenue sharing formula, whatever shall be agreed. And now this amount belongs to Blue Nile Analytica for this course, which is running for one full academic year, that's 6 months. And in a semester, this is the amount. Now, for us to continue operating, this amount per semester, it can be divided into 3 months so that the checks are released monthly, month 1, month 2, and month 3. And here in America, we are very strict with the payment. Do you think if we go to that arrangement and we are teaching, we are offering services, students are very happy. Your supervisor, quality assurance team from the university have come. They are very happy with our services. Things are moving on. Now the month has just ended. It is first of the month in the contract. We need our check because we have worked so that we pay our bills, we pay our expenses. Do you think the university is going to have a problem when it comes now to releasing our part of the bargain? Or that is something that can be worked out? Because we want an arrangement in such a way that you are our link. We just, everything, we don't want to deal with the university directly. Everything we go through you. And if the arrangement says that every 5th of the month or every 1st of the month, the Blue Nile Analytica should get their cut from the university, you just call Mr. Bushuru. Hey, Mr. Bushuru, I think the Blue Nile Analytica check is ready. Can you come for it?
Yes. We have an experience of collaborating because initially Jomo Kenyatta University used to have a center called CEP. They used to accredit colleges to teach the degree programs.
Yes.
And the MOU specified, which of course was a legal document enforceable in court. The document specified that the teaching center retains, I think it used to be 68%. Then Jomo Kenyatta, they are paid 32% of the fee.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how.
And which entity was collecting the money on behalf of the other? Because we don't want students to pay 32% to Cooperative University and 68% to Blue Nile Analytica.
No, the collecting entity was the teaching entity.
The teaching entity.
Yes, such an arrangement has happened.
So as Cooperative University of Kenya, you won't have any problem when we are collecting that fund.
When you collect,
yes,
and we teach,
and then we remit the percentage as agreed in the
I think it's because it's a public entity.
Yes.
Regulated by Commission for University Education.
Yes.
And also our activities are audited by Kenao, audit officer.
Yes.
So unless you are the one who have hired us,
yes,
to do consultancy for you.
Yes.
But in this case,
which of course, we don't have the capacity to hire a university.
So I think the best scenario and the most ideal is a situation in which we write an MOU, a legal document, which is enforceable in law, in which we agree that we have engaged you to offer technical services in mounting technical programs that we do not have capacity to offer. Even the Commission for University Education will be happy to see such a document, because they regulate what we do. So whatever we have, they will have to be in the picture. So that document, I think, will help us to move forward once we reach there, because the way things are, I'm seeing we'll be able to reach that point where we are drafting an MOU.
Thank
so
you.
I think it's possible.
Just a minute before I forget. Thank you for your honesty and for bringing this, because we want a very fair discussion. We want everything to be in the open before we start, so that when we start, there's no conflict of interest, there's no problem. Each part should pay their role as agreed in the memorandum of understanding. Now, that being the case, you know, you are our link. Without you, there will be no program. And actually, we don't want to deal with any other entity at Cooperative University. We just want to deal with you. Even if it means if the expenses will be incurring in doing our work at the university, we are because the university employs you just to be a professor and the chairman of the department. And when there comes something outside this, we will be ready to discuss if those expenses can be reimbursed. Now, you being there as the link, and there's something we need from the university, and there are several things that we need from the one, the students are ready, we need the certificates or diplomas. Two, if the university is collecting the money, we may need our checks on a monthly basis, so that we need to pay our expenses and also pay our resource person, develop our resource materials, etc. Now, if we now Nile Analytica, I talk to Mr. Chemite here. Mr. Chemite is not a bad person. Mr. Bushura, I can't talk to him because he was the one. He's the one who has already brought you. Definitely, he's going to support what you are saying. And when things go amiss, we don't want you to deal with him. You come and talk to us. You come and talk to Mr. Chemite there. We do that framework, and you are our link. Do you think there can be a case where things are not just moving and the students are already in class, the resource person are saying, we can't go teach anymore if you are not paid our dues. Why? Because the university has not released their check stuff like that. That is the main issue of area of concern. Otherwise, us as professionals, we didn't want to involve ourselves in duties that can be done by other entities. We call them secondary duties like administration, collecting of funds. We just want to come and
kindly mute whoever is not talking, so that we don't get interference.
Can you mute? Yes, thank you. So that us as Blue Nile Analytica, we are coming in as professional consultants with a skill which is not readily or cheaply available in the country. And we are bringing this to Cooperative University. We would like a situation whereby even when there is a conflict, we don't talk to anybody. We talk to Dr. Agan. And Dr. Agan should be able to troubleshoot it so that things move on smoothly, because we may not even have that time. Then another thing, before you continue, in our memorandum of understanding, do you think the university can have a problem if we ask them to appoint Blue Nile Analytica as their brand ambassador in the United States?
I think that will be a useful thing to us. We need it more than you need us, because as part of our performance, the performance contract with the Ministry of Education, we are expected to have international linkages. So by you helping us to find the linkages, we shall be meeting our targets.
Okay. So I don't have any other question. Please continue. Remember, I cut you short when you were continuing. I didn't want it to slip away.
I was trying to clarify that the best thing, the main products that will make sense. Let's be clear from the word go that we need postgraduate diploma, and already you had mentioned to me that you can help us put together a body of knowledge appropriate for postgraduate diploma in artificial intelligence
and
and
machine
machine learning.
Yes,
Yes,
and
that one.
we also have another one called postgraduate diploma in data science. Postgraduate diploma in artificial intelligence and machine learning. What the difference? The first, an artificial intelligence and machine learning, that is technical, that is highly academic. People will publish papers, will write papers, share body of knowledge. But in a postgraduate diploma in a data science, that one will just equip the graduate with the skills to perform the tasks in the job market. There might not be things like publishing of papers, doing something. In fact, instead, they will do projects. And then there's also diploma in data science for those who may know cannot afford those other postgraduate diploma, and even maybe stay out longer, training maybe 1 year, 1 full year, 12 months. They just want 6 months. Then they get diploma in data science, and then they release in the job market. So there are three. There are three, and those ones can come clarity. And these ones, what we already have in the proposal, in the brochure, is just a prototype, which we can refine. After refining it, we take it to you so that you take it to the university for approval. If there's something missing, they will also highlight what is missing and had it included. And again, when we are offering postgraduate diploma or diploma, in those areas, there are courses that we call university common units. We do not have the capacity to offer the university common units. Those ones would like to be offered by the university.
Those we have already.
Yes. What I mean, let me explain. What I mean, let's say we recruit a student, and then student registers for postgraduate diploma in artificial intelligence and machine learning. So ours, we are only coming and on the side of the technology that involve data science, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. But there are those other courses, common courses that can be offered by Department of Maths, or common courses that can be offered by the Department of Computer Science, or another, we call them all communications, things like that, common units. So those ones also, we don't want to involve ourselves in those. We want the university to offer them. We just want to involve or do what the university does not have the technical capacity to do.
Yeah, so I think at this point, let us agree that we shall have 2 postgraduate diplomas, one certificate program, and 1 diploma. The certificate and the diploma will target Form 4 leavers. But postgraduate, we are targeting our graduates.
No, that's not the position. The postgraduate diploma, we target our graduates from STEM fields. That is math, statistics, and any quantitative field. But a diploma, we target graduates in a non-quantitative field.
Okay, I get you.
But the certificate one, we target Form 4. And also for diploma, we can target Form 4 leavers who have qualified for university admission, like a C+ and above, so that when they do the diploma in data science, and they have scored a grade that will enable them to get admitted to Cooperative University of Kenya. When they come there with their diploma in data science and with their transcripts, the university can give them some exemptions. So exemptions when they are doing a degree in the same field.
Yeah, I think what you are saying is what we are envisioning.
Yes.
We intend to have diploma programs, university diploma programs.
Yes.
Which students can do even after failing to meet university entry criteria. But now they can use the diploma as an entry grade into the program they never qualified.
Yeah, and it's not missing the university admission per se, because a student can get C+ and they got admitted for a course in Bachelor of Arts General in a different university by the government, and he doesn't want to pursue that course. this person want to pursue a degree in data science, but the cutoff point for data science is a B+, not a C+. So this student with the C+, although he has qualified for university admission, can come for a diploma in data science at Blue Nile Analytica and get a certificate from Cooperative University. And after that diploma, the university should allow that student to proceed for a degree in data science and maybe have an exemption of 1 year or some units from that class, from that particular course. So in this particular case, you see the student qualified for the university, but did not qualify for a degree in data science. But now through Blue Nile Analytica, the student has been able to bridge and can now be accepted to take the degree in data science at Cooperative University. Is that the same thing you are talking about?
Yeah, that is the case.
Yeah, because we don't want to admit anybody who does not have at least a C+, because if you don't have a strong background in mathematics from high school, you are going to give us problems. Remember, the statistics classes remain the same. The programming classes remain the same. Now, a student who has scored an E or a D- or a D+ in mathematics, how would we expect him to write a code in C++ or in programming?
That will make your work look difficult.
So how do you, as someone who got a D+ in mathematics, how do you expect him to prove the stochastic process concept in statistics? So those are the things we are talking about, but those one can be fine-tuned. So are you done, or you still have something to say? Because I want to give
I think that is it for the agenda. So
yeah.
the point here is the university will provide certification and the legal backing. We shall also support the teaching and learning, do the administrative component. Then you bring us the expertise where we lack, because some mathematical whatevers we already have. So you bring in what we cannot afford or what we are lacking generally.
Dr. Okumu, does the Cooperative University of Kenya, the way it is right now, has the capacity to offer online programs?
Yes, we have a learning management system.
Yes.
Where we can embed those courses and even integrate with the Zoom.
Yes.
So that you can teach live from the US and also upload materials for students to access. You can do your online assessments. You can do evaluation on our learning management system, so that you know the progress of your students.
Then I think in our memorandum of understanding, if we include under the university appoint Blue Nile Analytica as their brand ambassador, not only in the US, but in worldwide, because our other African countries too, then I'm seeing a situation whereby the Cooperative University of Kenya can surpass Mount Kenya University in terms of student population. Because we shall have removed that barrier of having to be in class physically, that barrier of a professor having to be come to the campus in current and teach physically in class. And when we started with data science and it works out, and I'm very sure the university, the other departments can copy from your department and then roll it on. And now again, another thing, when the programs that we have talked about, we can have also some of them, their specialties. We can, like now, we can have postgraduate diploma in artificial intelligence and machine learning, or natural language processing specialization. And we say now we'll offer the general one. But when you want special natural language processing specialization, we identify a university for Cooperative University of Kenya, let's say like University of Austin as Texas. And they say this one is collaboration between the University of Austin at Texas and Cooperative University of Kenya. And who is the link? The link is Blue Nile Analytica.
Now you are talking.
Yeah,
you see, what you are talking is what the Senate would wish to hear.
Yeah, these three there is a collaboration between Blue Nile Analytica and Cooperative University of Kenya, and the certificate is going to come from Cooperative University of Kenya. Now, this other program, maybe cybersecurity, is a collaboration from Cooperative University of Kenya and Bowie State University in the US, where there's even a collaboration whereby after the student, you have top cream in the undergraduate program, get a direct scholarship to come here for the master's program through that particular memorandum of understanding. And who is the link? The link's Blue Nile Analytica, because Blue Nile Analytica is the brand ambassador for Cooperative University of Kenya, world outside Kenya, in any country outside Kenya. And what I do know in the US, if we are able to deliver, if we are able to get you those partners and get you the students, the university will be happy.
I think Blue Nile Analytica,
yes,
what you have just mentioned is what the Senate would like to hear, where you are standing in between. The value you are bringing is also to networkers with the universities in the US. You know, that way we shall have achieved one objective of international linkages.
Right.
In the process, yeah. So that one, if in the meeting, you know, I'm going to organize now a meeting with the dean, the DVC academic, and if possible, the VC, so that from there, we write documents for Senate approval.
From the presentation by Dr. Gan,
yes,
what I know is I don't know I don't know if I'm becoming a pessimist, but sometimes MOUs
yes,
find problems, because you will find that when you are developing that MOU, from where I sit,
yes,
unless I'm convinced that it's a different situation at the Cooperative University of Kenya.
yes.
The moment you bring in an MOU,
yes,
it's give and take.
Give and take, yes.
Otherwise, because I would expect Dr. Gan to talk about the University Council, because those are the managers of the university, not the Senate. I don't know.
I'm saying for documents regarding programs, Senate will approve. But anything that affects money, this MOU will be approved by the council. Of course, the VC will take it to the council for approval.
So it requires two approvals, one by the Senate and one by the council.
The Senate, the academic component, not financial.
Oh, the academic
then for
component,
financial,
I get you. Yes,
financial management board and the council.
So what do you suggest? We'll do two MOUs, one with the Senate and one with the council, or do we do one?
No. Huh. The Senate, the MOU will be outlining what you will do. In fact, you can draft an MOU, we start working on it.
So you want us to draft, or you want us to draft, or you people to draft? How do you want us to move forward?
No, you draft, then we get our input.
Okay.
You see, you are the guys with the idea.
Yes.
So draft something which we can begin working on.
Yes.
Because already in the next meeting, I'll propose these programs we have talked about so that they are approved. But now this relationship, we will need to start through an MOU so that you start working on the programs, because I'll only present names of the programs for approval. Once they approve,
yes,
we start working on the same using the terms in the MOU.
Because we are targeting other countries in Africa with this kind of collaboration, we work with the Global Peace Foundation. There's a director, executive director, country director for Global Peace Foundation. So we work with him because if, let's say, the Cooperative University of Kenya approves the diploma in data science or postgraduate diploma in data science or artificial intelligence and machine learning, and now we target students from other countries. And in those other countries, we already have offices for Global Peace Foundation. So to penetrate the market, it usually easier when we go through their offices. So we work with them. So I'm going to share these recordings with Daniel, and then I'll ask him to work with his team to draft the memorandum of understanding. Then we'll call a meeting when we are ready with the memorandum of understanding and the course outlines for those particular programs we want to offer, with what we can offer and what you people can offer with the proposed tasks. We go through in the meeting one by one, you advise us, and then after getting that final document that both in a meeting we agree, we now give you, you go share with your men. If there's something that need to be corrected, you bring it back again. And if your man agrees that this is good, now take it to the Senate, take it to the council, and let us get that letter of approval. AOB?
On my part, I don't think if I have an AOB,
Yes.
but it's just to comment what Mr. Gan as the action which the university has taken. I just want to congratulate the university for taking this noble idea. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much.